Game 8 is the Ravens at the Panthers, with a 43-point over-under and the Ravens favored by 2. Joe Flacco averages the third most passing attempts in the league, but he's only topped 300 yards twice, and it's concerning that rookie Lamar Jackson is stealing touches near the goal line. The Panthers have been a middling pass defense, but the projection sites don't see much of a ceiling for Flacco this week. The Ravens' heavy passing volume goes to 3 guys: John Brown, Michael Crabtree, and Willie Snead. It was Brown who went off last week, turning 7 targets into 134 yards and a touchdown. The sites barely changed his price, and Brown remains the best tournament option on the Ravens. Michael Crabtree has averaged 10 targets a game over his last 6, but hasn't broke 100 yards yet this season. And Willie Snead was surprisingly popular last week, but hasn't turned his steady targets into a big fantasy game yet this season. If you believe a 2-game sample, running back Alex Collins has taken over the Ravens' backfield. But I can't recommend playing Collins because he's barely used in the passing game and only averages 3.5 yards a carry. Receiving back Buck Allen is still hanging around, but there's no reason to play him here. Cam Newton enters Sunday battling a shoulder injury that won't keep him off the field, but might affect his already inefficient passing. The Ravens have one of the best pass defenses in the league, though Newton adds value through his legs and already has 3 rushing touchdowns this season. Cam always has the potential for a blow-up game, and this could be his lowest owned game of the season. The only receiver seeing meaningful volume for the Panthers is Devin Funchess, who hasn't allowed the return of Greg Olsen to slow his production. He led the team last week with 11 targets, while tight end Olsen has been on the field for nearly every snap, but isn't seeing the same target volume we're used to. Neither player will attract much ownership in this tough matchup against the Ravens. Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey is on the field for almost every offensive snap, but he's been under 10 carries for the last 2 weeks. His value comes in the passing game, where he's averaging nearly 8 targets a game. McCaffrey is barely playable at his price on FanDuel, but there's some upside in the points per reception format of DraftKings.